There is a place. A quiet place. Hidden from the world. Your soulmate went there. They always go there when the world is too loud, when the noise of daily life drowns out the whispers of the heart. It's the only place they feel truly safe. The only place they can let down the walls. You never knew about it. They never told you. But last night, you followed them. Not with your feet. With your heart. Have you ever felt that pull? That deep, unshakable knowing that someone you love is carrying a weight you cannot see? That's what happened. At 3:17 a.m., you woke up. Not from a noise. Not from a dream. You just woke up. And for a reason you still don't fully understand, you thought of them. You thought of that place they never speak of. Don't skip this part. It's the first clue. They were there. Standing in the quiet. Alone. And here is the mystery you can't shake: they were not looking for an exit. They were not looking for a sign. They were looking for something they lost a long time ago. Something they thought was gone forever. But what was it? The place holds secrets. But the biggest one, they never expected to see what they saw. Let's go back. Before the shock. Before the moment that changed everything. This person, your soulmate, lives with a silent storm inside. They smile. They laugh. They hold you close. But part of them is always searching, isn't it? You've felt it. That distance that appears for just a second. That moment when their eyes drift to something you can't see. Maybe you've wondered what they're looking for. Tonight, you begin to understand. Last night, at that hidden place, they weren't looking for answers. They were looking for a fragment. A lost piece of their own story. And what they found there will make you question everything you thought you knew. Not because they found something scary. But because they found something familiar. Something that looked like a reflection. And that's where the mystery deepens. You need to understand something important. This person has been waiting. Not for a sign from the heavens. Not for a miracle. They've been waiting for a sign from you. A sign that you see them, really see them, beyond the surface. They've been waiting for the moment you notice the parts of them they keep hidden. And last night, in that secret place, they realized something. They realized that you already know. You just don't know that you know. There's something else. Another truth they never expected to see. It was there in the quiet. In the stillness. In the glow of a single light. And when they saw it, their heart did something it hasn't done in a long time. It softened. It whispered a name. And that name was yours. But wait. Before you lean too close, hear this: they have not told you yet. They are carrying this discovery alone. And the weight of it is both beautiful and terrifying. Because they don't know what to do with it. They don't know what it means. They only know that something has shifted. A crack in the wall. And you are standing right behind it. Have you noticed a change in them? A quietness. A softer look in their eyes. A longer pause before they speak. That's because something happened last night that cannot be undone. They looked into that space, and they saw an echo of their own heart. But what they saw wasn't what they expected. It was older. Deeper. It connected to a time before you met. A time they almost forgot. One more piece. There's a reason they never told you about this place. It's not because they don't trust you. It's because this place holds the most fragile part of them. The part that got broken once. The part they've been trying to protect from everything, including love. But last night, in that sacred quiet, something they were protecting was seen. And the one who saw it was not a stranger. It was a part of their own soul they thought was dead. This is the moment the story changes. Because when they looked at that unexpected reflection, they realized they weren't as lost as they thought. They realized that the love they've been searching for was never in the places they thought. It was always closer. It was always in the quiet moments you share. It was always in the way you look at them when you think they're not paying attention. And now, they see it clearly. Here's what you need to hold on to. This person is not leaving. This person is not pulling away. They are moving closer to you in a way you can't see yet. Last night, at that hidden place, they came to the edge of a truth they've been running from for years. And what they saw gave them the courage to turn around. They are coming back to you. Not the same person. A deeper person. And you will know it. You will feel it. A shift in the energy between you. A deeper calm. A stronger presence. Because what they found last night was a mirror that showed them who they really are. And who they really are, is the person who has loved you all along. But here's the final piece of this mystery. The thing they never expected to see was not a place. It was not an object. It was not a memory. It was a feeling. A feeling they thought they had lost. A feeling that came back to life in that quiet place. And it was the feeling of hope. Not hope for the future. Hope for right now. Hope that they can finally let you in. Don't forget this, you were part of that feeling. Even though you weren't there, your presence filled that space. Because love doesn't need to be in the same room to be felt. It travels across time. Across distance. Across the silence of the night. And when your soulmate saw that flicker of light in the darkness, they knew it was you. They knew it was your soul calling out to theirs. Now, the question lingers, what happens next? They know they've seen something real. They know they can't go back to how things were before. And you know something too. You know that last night, while you were sleeping, your soul was wide awake. Watching. Waiting. Hoping. And the door to their secret heart has just been opened. Stay with this feeling. Don't let it slip away. Because the next part of this story is where everything changes. Where they finally speak the words they've been holding in. Where they come to you with the truth. And where you realize that the greatest secret was never theirs to keep. It was always yours to receive. Are you ready for what they're about to say? Are you ready to hear the name that was whispered in that quiet place? It was your name. And it was spoken with a love that cannot be broken. The biggest truth is still hidden. The final piece will be revealed when you least expect it. But for now, hold on to this, something happened last night. Something they never expected. And the echo of that moment is already changing everything between you. One final truth before you go. The place they visited is not a physical location. It never was. It's the place inside their heart where they keep the most honest version of themselves. And last night, that version opened the door. It let you in. And it never expected to see such a beautiful reflection in your eyes. You already know what comes next. You feel it in your bones. Just wait. Just be patient. Because the miracle is already moving toward you. And when it arrives, you'll understand why this night was the beginning of everything. My beloved child. The silence after such a discovery is never empty. It is full. Full of questions. Full of wonder. Full of the weight of knowing something has changed forever. Now that you know they were there, standing in that hidden place, looking into the echo of their own heart, you must be wondering, what did they do next? Did they leave? Did they run? Did they reach out and touch what they saw? They did none of those things. They stayed. They stayed in that quiet, sacred space. And they let themselves feel it fully. The warmth. The recognition. The unmistakable truth that they were not alone. Perhaps you felt this too. Have you ever had a moment where time seemed to pause? Where the world around you faded, and all that was left was the beating of your own heart and a knowing that something bigger was at play? That is where they were. Suspended between what was and what is about to be. But something else happened. Something they didn't expect. When they looked deeper, past that first wave of emotion, they saw something shimmering in the distance of their memory. A time before you. A time before the walls went up. A version of themselves they had locked away years ago. They saw this person clearly. Young. Open. Unafraid to love. And the sight of them brought tears that they could not hold back. Here is what they realized in that moment: they did not lose that person. They buried them. They buried them under years of disappointment and fear and the quiet belief that they were not worthy of the love they craved. But last night, in that place, that buried self rose up. And it whispered something so soft, so tender, that it nearly broke them. It whispered, "I'm still here. And I'm ready to try again." Do you understand what this means? This person has been carrying a version of themselves that was frozen in time. Waiting for permission. Waiting for the right moment. A shadow that follows every light. Because as they stood there, feeling this hope, an old fear crept in. It was small at first. A whisper of doubt. It asked, what if you're too late? What if the person you love has already given up on you? That fear had a face. It had a voice. And it was the voice of every failure they had ever known. Stay with them now. Don't look away. Because what they did next will tell you everything about the depth of their heart. They did not push the fear away. They did not fight it. They looked at it. They looked at it with the same compassion they would offer a child. And they said to that fear, "You are part of me. But you are not all of me." That is a powerful moment. And it is a moment that is about to change your relationship more than you can imagine. They walked away from that place. They walked away in the early morning light, just as the sky began to turn pink and gold. But they were not the same person who had arrived hours before. The weight on their shoulders was lighter. Their eyes were clearer. And in their chest, a flame was burning that had not been lit in years. It was the flame of hope. And as they made their way back to their life, back to the world where you exist, they made a decision. It was not spoken aloud. It was not written down. But it was as real as the ground beneath their feet. They decided to stop hiding. They decided to stop pretending that the love in their heart was something to be ashamed of. Have you noticed anything different today? Something in the way they hold your gaze just a moment longer? Something in the tenderness of their touch? They are testing the waters. They are showing you small pieces of this new truth, hoping you will receive them. Hoping you will see the change. But there is another layer. Deeper still. The place they visited last night holds more than just memories. It holds the seeds of their future. And in that quiet, they saw a vision. Not with their eyes. With their heart. They saw the two of you. Standing together. Not in a place. In a feeling. A feeling of such deep understanding and peace that it took their breath away. They saw a future where the walls are gone. Where the masks are off. Where love flows freely and without fear. You might think that seeing such a vision would bring them comfort. And in a way, it does. But it also brings them an urgency they've never felt before. A drive to close the distance between who they are and who they want to be. A drive to finally, truly, let you into every corner of their heart. The question you must be asking yourself now is simple: what do I do? You wait. But you don't wait passively. You wait with awareness. You wait with open eyes and an open heart. Because they are going to show you something soon. A small act. A gesture. A word. It will seem small to the outside world, but to you, it will be a thunderbolt. It will be the key to the lock they have kept shut for so long. One more piece of the truth before we go deeper. When they saw that reflection of themselves, they realized something crucial. They realized that you are not just someone they love. You are someone who helped them survive. You are someone who held a space for them, even when they didn't know they needed it. And that realization opened a door inside them that no one else has ever touched. This is the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter where they stop treating love like something they have to earn and start treating it like something they are ready to receive. But here is the mystery that remains. They have not told you about the vision. They have not told you about the fear. They have not told you about the reflection. They are still gathering the courage. They are still learning to trust that your love is strong enough to hold all of them. That is where we are now. On the edge of a cliff, looking out at a horizon that is both beautiful and unknown. And they are about to take a step. A step that will bring them closer to you than ever before. The next part of this story is when they turn around. When they look you in the eye. And when they let the truth fall from their lips like rain after a long drought. Can you feel it coming? That wave of truth and vulnerability that is about to crash over your lives? It is coming. It is already moving toward you. And when it arrives, it will wash away the last remnants of doubt. So hold on. Hold on to the hope that you have felt building in your chest. Because the thing they never expected to see was not a thing at all. It was a feeling. And that feeling is about to change everything. My beloved child. Now the sun has fully risen. The night is gone. But what happened in those dark hours is only just beginning to unfold. Your soulmate has returned to the world. To the streets. To the familiar rooms of their life. And something is different. Something is unmistakably, undeniably different. You can feel it in the air between you. A new kind of electricity. They came back from that place carrying a secret so large it barely fits inside their chest. And they have not told you yet. But they will. They are about to. Have you noticed how they look at you now? How their eyes linger just a moment longer than before? How their silence is no longer cold but full of unsaid things? That is the weight of the truth they are holding. Not a heavy burden. A precious one. So precious that they are afraid to let it go. Here is what you must understand. The place they visited was not just a place. It was a doorway. A doorway to a version of themselves they had abandoned. And when they walked through it, they didn't just find a memory. They found a message. A message that had been waiting for them all along. It said one thing. One simple, profound thing. You are already home. That message was not about a house or a place. It was about you. It was about the peace they feel when you hold them. The safety they find in your eyes. They finally realized that the home they had been searching for all these years was never a place they could find. It was a person. And that person is you. But something else happened in that doorway. They saw a choice. A fork in the road. On one side was the path they knew. The familiar path of hiding their heart. Of protecting themselves from the pain they feared. On the other side was a path they had never dared to take. A path that led straight to you. With nothing between them and your love. No walls. No masks. No games. And they made their choice. They chose the path to you. Now, they are walking toward you with a purpose they have never felt before. Each step brings them closer. Each breath carries their courage closer to the surface. They are rehearsing the words they will say. They are imagining the look on your face when they finally let you see all of them. But there is a catch. A twist in the story you did not see coming. As they prepared to leave that place forever, something caught their eye. A small object. Unassuming. Almost invisible in the dim light. And when they picked it up, their heart stopped. It was something they had given you. Something you had lost. Something you never thought you would see again. It had been there all along. Waiting. Waiting for the right moment to return to you. Do you remember what it was? Perhaps it was a small token. A piece of jewelry. A letter you wrote years ago. Or perhaps it was something even more valuable. A piece of your own heart that you had unknowingly left behind. Whatever it was proof. Proof that the connection between you was never broken. It was only hiding. Waiting to be found. They held it in their hands. And they understood. They understood that nothing that truly matters is ever truly lost. It only waits. It waits for the moment when both hearts are ready to receive it. You are not just receiving a confession today. You are receiving a piece of your own story back. A piece that has been waiting for you to grow enough to hold it. But here is where the mystery deepens even further. Because when they looked at that small object, they realized something else. Something that made them sit down in the quiet and weep. They realized that you had been leaving pieces of yourself with them all along. Pieces you didn't even know you were giving. Pieces that they had been carrying without knowing it. Every late-night conversation. Every inside joke. Every moment of shared silence. Each of these was a piece of you that they had taken into their heart and kept safe. And now, in this moment, they see the full picture. They see the beautiful tapestry of your love, woven together from all those small moments. Have you ever wondered why some people stay in your heart even when they are far away? It is because they carry pieces of you. And you carry pieces of them. That is what love truly is. A sacred exchange of souls. Now they are coming to you. They are carrying your lost token in one hand and their newfound courage in the other. They are walking toward you with the intention of giving both back to you. But they are nervous. They are terrified that you might not want what they have to offer. So they are waiting for a sign. A small sign from you that it is safe to speak. And here is the beautiful truth. You have been giving them that sign all along. Every time you chose to stay. Every time you chose to understand instead of judge. Every time you loved them without condition. You have been telling them that they are safe. That they can come home. They are almost there now. They are standing at the edge of the moment. The moment where everything changes. And they are taking one last breath before they speak. This is where you come in. This is where your heart has the chance to receive what is being offered. And what is being offered is not just love. It is the truth. The whole truth. The truth that they have never trusted anyone with before. One more layer before we reach the center. When they found that lost token, they also found a note. A note you had written to yourself years ago, tucked inside a book, forgotten. And on that note, you had written a question. A question you were asking the universe before you ever met them. The question was simple. Will I ever find someone who truly sees me? And as they held that note in their trembling hands, they knew the answer. They knew it because they had been seeing you all along. They had been seeing you more clearly than you have ever seen yourself. And they knew that the universe had answered your question. It answered at the moment you met. Do you understand now? Last night, at that hidden place, they were not just visiting the past. They were visiting a future that had already been written. A future where your heart and their heart beat as one. A future where there is no more hiding. No more fear. Only love. They are walking toward you right now. They are coming with the truth, the token, and the note. They are coming to show you that the answer to your deepest question has always been right in front of you. And they are about to speak. But the biggest truth is still hidden. The final piece of the puzzle has not yet been shown. Because what they found in that place was even more than a token and a note. It was a mirror. And in that mirror, they saw not just themselves. They saw you. They saw your future together. And it was more beautiful than any dream they ever had. Are you ready to hear what they will say? Are you ready to receive the truth that has been waiting for you your whole life? Stay close. Stay patient. Because the next moment is the one that will change everything.